to reveal JC, yeah.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
TiVoMike!
Hello and welcome to the TiVoMike Show. I'm your humble host, TiVoMike, here with my best friend, the show's entertainment guru, future mayor, future governor, future president, and the future lowercase g god of the world, Mike Damian Warner.
Thank you. I don't know about the president part, but I like the others.
Yeah, that's true. We see what happens when you're a presidential candidate. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. And if you haven't, check out our watch list.
So some things never change. A pandemic can come through and make everybody stay inside. Can't go outside. Shucks. But it is what it is. But on Fire, I like the consistency. They said pandemic or no pandemic. No, sir. You will not get a backstory. You have to let it go. You've already been on for too long. No one cares your backstory. At this point, your backstory would just be from the point in time when you started the show. That's how long it's been. There's your backstory. So that is it. You got to just move on, and we're going to choose new people. People are going to be leaving and going and all the other things. They're all going to get backstories. But you know backstory. But we don't care about the pandemic, and I like that about them. They said, we're not going to let that change us.
I will say, he's got a backstory. I mean, it's not a good one, but he's got the whole uncle in the stairwell when he froze up with the thing. That's all they gave him for the backstory.
That's not his backstory. That's his uncle's backstory.
But I'm saying is that's what they gave him. That's why he became a firefighter. That's when Herman asked him, that was what he gave him. Watch that episode. I mean, I'm not thrilled with it. It wasn't enough. There was no meat and potatoes there. That was very
why do you
appetizer.
Watch Grey's Anatomy? And I said, well, because once at LOC they were talking about it, and it was 6 seasons in, and everybody was talking about it and told me to watch. And I go, wow, that's Michael's backstory. No, that's my story of why I watched the TV show that I'm stuck in.
You're going to tell me? I'm with you. I want a better backstory. I'm just saying.
No, see, if we give in to their thing,
I want a backstory.
We cannot give them the thing that's called a backstory. That's how people get you. That's called a petty fog issue.
Right,
but I do appreciate that they say, you know what?
Keep it consistent.
We're going to be consistent. We don't care about no pandemic. We're not going to have a cough, any mask episodes, and no backstory.
Right.
And I do love that they're becoming more meta. Why, when whatever his name is came to the door, he goes, "You guys are always together, weirdos."
Can I say how? First off, all right. Let me first say that was probably the best moment because he's like, "Are you guys really always together?"
I love it.
I loved every second. I loved that even more. The three of them looked at each other like, "Yeah, what?
Yeah, what's wrong?"
You know what I loved about that?
That's like the Three Amigos from the 80s.
Right, and that I hashtagged them the Three Amigos when I was tweeting them at EGMike84 on Twitter. Yes, because I love that trio.
Yes,
I love that Ritter's always the more responsible one. Yes. Somehow he's always
for them, and we don't know why because we don't know his backstory. But it's good that he is a leader.
Right. I love that it was his idea to come with a side hustle, and they're fighting over what the side hustle is going to be.
And this guy is an idiot. He goes, well, I made my own brewery. I wonder what business we should do. Oh, probably my own brewery. I was like, yeah, that's
I like how it took Ritter and Violet, but yes, we can do a microbrewery. Oh.
Right after he said, oh, I make this. And we're talking about what we could make to make.
It's perfect. Yeah, I love it. I love that Gallo is a superhero in the field and an airhead everywhere else.
Yes.
Love it because it just fits. It just gives them all their purpose. I like that nobody's like in a relationship.
Right. Exactly.
They're just three friends.
Right. It's almost like friend. It's like a mini version of Friends within the confines of a drama series.
Right.
Where it's only 3 of the 6, but it's what would happen if 3 of the friends, Joey, Chandler, not Chandler, probably Ross. Ritter's probably Ross. So it's like Joey, Ritter, and Phoebe.
Right.
Is it Phoebe? Yeah, it would be.
It would be Phoebe. Yeah.
So all of them became firefighters.
Right.
Like that's what it would be.
Definitely.
That's what it would be.
Definitely. And I love the storylines for them. Okay. It's always perfect. It's always got a little bit of oomph. But never anything to like blow up the friendship. It's just the right amount of writing.
Even when they're starting to argue, he said, "Okay, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll pin it.
Yeah, we'll pin it."
Oh, gosh, it's like you guys.
They get really mad.
Grow up. So I love that. I also hate to say it, but I don't mind Casey and Brett. I like that they're giving them very small quips.
Yes.
Nothing too crazy. I like even more that they tried to be so incognito about this, and everybody's looking at them at the bar.
We know before y'all knew.
And then we knew last year. And then I like even more when they were leaving. He was like, "All right, guys, have a good night." And they're like, and now they realize it took that from Lovebirds. It took that from them to realize that their cover was blown. Okay, so I guess we can walk out here now.
Good night, Lovebirds.
So I love that. That was just enough, not too much.
Because they always put them at the end of a scene.
Right, exactly. It's just tease them out. I'm over it. I'm happy for you.
That's what I like.
Boom.
Nothing too crazy where the girl from Arabia comes back and says, "Oh, I am back. How about that? Oh, what? Dun dun dun." Now we have a whole season of. Are they gonna like?
Don't want that.
Just
right.
Be
I'm
cool.
over that. Right. I did love. I thought it was weird there was no new firefighters, but I anticipated no new firefighters because we still didn't know about who was doing what and who was shifting where. I'm so
That's
thrilled.
why I think some of these were filmed before. I'm thinking what we're watching now, I suspect were filmed earlier, back when the last season was being done.
Well, I would imagine so because of...
and that's why we don't have the new people.
Well,
yet.
I would imagine... So, well, not that, but because we lost 2 episodes from each show.
But I don't think we lost 2 episodes.
No, I mean, like I'm saying they were filmed.
They all
we
filmed
didn't get them aired, so I think they're airing them now.
These first 3 episodes are really from last year.
Yeah. Well, not the Med one. The Med one wasn't.
Probably.
Because that one, well, I know it wasn't for sure, because that scene was added in a week, 2 weeks before the air date with Maggie, with Natalie leaving. That was added in.
You sure?
Yeah, I was reading the thing because it was talking about, like, because that wasn't in it. She left. We saw her leave at the end of the season, last season.
Who left?
Natalie. Her
That's
and
what
April.
I'm saying. That's why that had to be filmed before.
Well, no, they added
film
that in 2 weeks ago. That whatever reason they added that in, so I'm assuming she's renegotiating.
They made her come back.
She's
for
renegotiating in contract, is what I'm assuming. But that's just me.
Okay,
maybe there's like a.
Let's do a bet. So let's bet $1,000. I think that they filmed that episode already. That was supposed to be like the finale, and then they had to like, oh well, now let's just add that to our newly done shots now this year, and that way that makes more sense. That's my vote for the 1,000, or your 1,000 is on the line. If you say no, they filmed, they were done, and she is, and they say come back. She goes, but I'm already done. We just need to do one scene. It'll only take us an 8-hour day to film the scene for you. Then you'll be totally good, and that's what you're saying.
Yes.
So that's what we're voting on. And it's $1,000.
$1,000.
Okay.
Well, other hand.
Why?
I don't know. I don't shake with that hand. That's weird. I'm sorry.
A rule. He doesn't shake
with the right hand.
Okay. So that's what I like. And this is $1,000 Arabian dollars.
Arabian. Oh, can we do 1,000 won?
Sure, 1,000 won, and that's paid in the third lifetime.
Oh, nice, even better. I love it. Perfect. So we'll look at and we'll get to you on that one. The other thing I loved the realness of Bowden getting a promotion.
Yes.
I love the realness of him not wanting to leave 51 when he realized this promotion meant he had to leave 51.
Right.
And I love even more the realness of the house.
Yes.
Some happy for him, but not happy he's taking it.
Right.
And I loved to see it all played out from different aspects.
Yes.
It wasn't cheesy. No, it wasn't emotional. It wasn't overly emotional.
Background music.
Right. No. I like Stella's point of view saying, hey,
I love her. She said,
you're leaving and this is going to all go to hell when you're going.
I'm not trying to tell you not to take the job because that's whatever it is. Don't take the job. I said, you just...
Right. I love it because it was real.
Yes.
And she meant it.
And I like that. I don't know if this is Warnerizing it or not, but I love that I was paid. Because most of the time, again, the way I watch TV is different than the way Mike watched TV. He watched TV and he's figuring it out. And who do I know from?
Not on purpose. It just happens.
You're right. It's just automatic. I watch it like, then I'm on my phone. I'm hitting the SimCity builds, and okay, good, And then I'll only know something happened, big deal, if they focus on someone for like a long, 3 seconds, and I go, oh, that's supposed to be a reveal. I don't know who that person is. And then 2 scenes in, I go, oh, that was the killer. Okay, So I'm very passive. But I liked how I was almost automatically involved with his promotion. And I go, well, hold on. If you're becoming the office...
District
attorney or whatever
district chief.
District chief. That sounds really mad important, right? Lots of money, prestige. I go, you can be your own office anyway. If you have to have an office somewhere, You can just tell them, okay, great, take it, and my office will be here. How about that? Make that happen. And then I was like, but whatever. Maybe I'm just thinking too realistic. And then 2 scenes later, she goes, so you only have the job for 3 days and you want your job there? Yeah.
I love it even more how she was like, brother, listen.
But you can.
I nominated you for this position. Now you about to make me look bad to what you want to.
And now he's already in there, so you are bad. Now he's your boss.
Right.
So boom shakala. So he could do that. So maybe they'll play that for a while before they get somebody else in that place.
Well, what I was okay with, and remember we predicted it was pretty much meaning Casey would move up.
Yeah.
Stella would move to Rig. Severide move to Casey's position and still keep the house intact.
Hopefully. And they have to do it like you said. If they're doing that, which is what we want, they have to do this, which is why this episode was so good. Really, really honoring him the whole time.
Right.
And not, no, there's someone new.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. It can't be a bad chief coming first and nonsense. Right. Yeah. So, but I loved it. I loved that whole thing. I loved how Ritter and Gallo were like, so what's going to happen? Like, Bowden's leaving. Like, we love Bowden. It's not going to be the same when they bring some other shirt in here. And he was like, no, listen, we got a good house here. And they both look at each other like, we know y'all been around, but listen.
We're new.
We have a really weird dynamic that Bowden puts up with. We don't know if the other guy's going to put up with it.
Might be, if it's not what we want, the replacement's going to be his backstory. And it's going to be that. I was like, wow. So we'll see what happens.
I hate you so much. I will say I love that we picked up with the overturned boat, with the sinking boat.
Yes.
I was very
which again, I think that they already had filmed that.
Yeah, I think that was part of the. Well, that was probably filmed last year, but it was always supposed to be a cliffhanger. That was always supposed to be there, so that wasn't a mistake.
No, I think the cliffhanger was that. That was what we watched today as the premiere was going to be the cliffhanger.
No, the cliffhanger was them getting trapped in the boat.
Yeah, I think that was a cliffhanger to an episode. And then the following episode, which is when they get freed, would have been the cliffhanger for the finale, which is now you're good, but now what's happening to the whatever the dude is in trouble. That's what
I feel like when they did it, that was there.
Because if you did that for that, you wouldn't have filmed it together. See what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what.
So that's a possibility. Yeah. What I will say is, first off, y'all made me real mad, making me think Cruz is dead. We was not friends. I almost turned off the show. I said, y'all killed Cruz in the beginning. We about to turn this bad boy right off right now.
You finally have come to the side of Sharon and Michael, where when they kill certain people, you will stop watching.
I didn't stop watching. I said I was going to turn it off.
Well,
because
you can't watch it turned off.
Because if I turn that episode off,
it didn't happen.
Right. You see how? And then when I come back, the next one, I find out, yes, he did or didn't. I'm not attached emotionally because I didn't see it. I would never go back and watch it. I would just move on.
That's what I should have done with the Popeyes.
What you need to tell your mom to do is she needs to watch Goliath season 4.
Right.
Just came out Friday. But Olinsky's in it. He's a big character in it. So tell her to watch it. I love him as an actor. So, but that was just sorry because I know why she left PD.
Yes,
so
exactly.
But I will say I loved how they play. I loved how that wasn't his story.
Right.
Like that was just what happened. It didn't become oh my god, I almost died.
Right.
I do like that he was like, I'm glad nothing happened. And then he finds out later that Severide went back.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, what? No, I can't kill my best friend.
At all. Why would I do that?
Right. So I like how we got that.
This is us.
I love how we got that quip real quick. And I love that we got him trying to deal with it. But I love even more. Can I tell you this was my favorite scene with Cruz this episode was him on the phone with Chloe. And he was like, Chloe, why is this baby shower going to cost more than our wedding? You guys don't even know how much you spoke just to Mike Warner.
Oh, man.
In that scene.
How much you spoke.
I was like,
it does get a little out of
thank you, Jesus.
Which is why he should have sold the Slam again to that white lawyer guy. See? Didn't you have all the money in the world?
I like even better when Herman's like, first off, let's talk about Herman offering free.
For the pub.
Free. But he said free. But he said free. Herman doesn't even give them free drinks.
Right.
He doesn't give them the tab to Gallo in the beginning.
He doesn't give anybody nothing.
So he said, I'm going to let you have the patio.
He goes, free. At a pub.
Right.
It's a classy pub. Like, okay.
I did love that.
And they still had it there. So and
I love how he's like, hey, you get that flower guy? Call him. I love that Chloe loved it. I'm waiting to see the aftermath of Chloe's mom saying, "How come I didn't get an invite?"
Right. No, it's like, listen, Ritter doesn't have a backstory. You don't get an invite. Some things are just filmed quick. We got to go.
It just happens.
Who was still on set? Action. We don't have no time. COVID,
Right. Right. But I loved everything Fire did this week. I was a little perturbed. By going up and paying tribute to Otis.
Oh, I see.
I get it.
They don't want to ever forget.
I get it.
It's a home. What's that called? Homage.
Yeah.
To the writer of Med. And they're just asking us, the audience, do you remember?
Right. It's just between us and him.
Oh, I can't forget. Trust me, that's a meme. That's an animated GIF forever.
Is it GIF or GIF?
GIF. I call it GIF.
I was calling GIF. I don't know.
Okay. I'll call it GIF.
I don't know. I know the point is
over and over in the loop of just him being slammed into the slam again, slamming him against that door again. And then the fire.
Stop it.
So now, whenever I hear slammed again, that's what I'm thinking about. So, yeah, I'm like, every time they do that, it's like.
And I will say, it wasn't too much.
Nice.
It wasn't overdone. It was just enough for
us to remember.
You know, too, I think it worked because Cruz had his near-death experience.
Right.
So he could have been the next statue next to Otis. So I get.
Right there.
But my goodness, I was like, you guys are trying to pull these heartstrings today, Fire.
And that's a statistic. I mean, I don't even want to look it up because I don't want to taint the Chicago Fire, but that's one of the hardest professions. Right. You lose people all the time. I mean, you're going into a fire.
Right.
So death is quite right there. So it is nice that in this show, they've kept that rare. Right. And so they're harping on the one that it happened to.
So it makes
sense to kind of appease the death gods of network TV.
Right. Like, we're not killing nobody this season.
But we're going to show, see, we did take someone out. You know?
Right.
See,
right.
You know, that's good. You know, no one
I like that. I like that.
I think that's what they're doing.
And the fire was actually really good this season.
And they used water, did they not?
They did. But it was really, I think, Dick Wolf won that lawsuit, so I think that's what happened. But you like that, yes.
And it pays off. It's so wonderful.
But I love the scene. I love Matt swinging off the thing like Tarzan, trying to save this boy. First off,
did he say like good swing, good catch?
Yeah,
good, that's hilarious.
Can we ask why y'all trying to kill people in the first episode? You dropped Stella and Gallo.
Yes,
through the roof. Again, heart beating like crazy. And I love Gallo, but if y'all would have killed Stella, we would have had I would have turned it off.
Let me just say,
I would have turned it off.
If they kill anyone, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Oh no!
So you can't kill no one. Right. From Med, Fire, or PD that is on the cast. Now, if it's Will, okay, do it in a take. But do that.
Who's the pass you give them for Med? Will. For PD.
No one.
No. I love it. Fire.
No one.
I love it. I was saying that. I was like, Will's the only one. Like,
only one.
You can leave the multiverse,
and you could kill him on each of the three.
Like let his death carry through a crossover. Yeah.
He died at the end of Med, and then the Fire starts, and then he had like a heart attack. Or
his brother's there because he's
in
PD.
The fire, right? And they have to go into the fire to get him, but he's just a dead corpse. And then as they figure out something happened, the dude Natalie blamed him because he doesn't know how to keep things buttoned up, and she fired him or killed him. And then that's in PD. They investigate that. Boom. That would be good. But you got to do it even though I don't like him. You can do it in a tasteful way.
Right.
But yeah, he could be gone.
Right.
And you could keep replaying that death. So previously on, you show that.
Right. Oh, there you go. I like that. I can get behind that.
But no one else. You kill anyone else, I'm not watching.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that to me.
I know. That's what scares me.
Glenn destroyed that.
We're like 10 seasons for Fire, 9 for PD, and 7 for Med.
That's why I think that statue is important. I really think I think if they didn't keep honoring that scene or that memory of that firefighter, then it is a thing where I'm sure when they're writing for new seasons and they have.
Well, I know Shay was one of the original ones who passed away early on.
Right. We got to kill somebody. I mean, these are firefighters.
And that's true because Shay, I think, died in the second season, so they waited 7 seasons before they killed somebody else. So
because it's like otherwise, it's not. You got to have some realism in the show.
Right.
Like we already know. I'm sure because the firefighters put their lives on the line all the time. They do form wonderful like family bonds.
Right.
They must be wacky and crazy because you can. right? And they're probably even more, but they probably even make death jokes. You know,
they probably do, yeah.
Right? They're probably all in
Today's world.
And if you have this show, which we love because it bridges the gap of the sad stuff from PD, but the funny things, lighthearted, that's why it's in the middle, and you don't kill someone, and you don't kind of put that in
the zeitgeist that could happen
of the audience, it's almost like, well, is this a real show? So by just showing that one stat, you're like, you're right. Remember, we lost them. No matter how funny you are in one scene, no matter how sad it is in another scene,
right.
No matter what takes place, no matter the simplest call.
Right.
Didn't they say this in episode? He goes, we've been getting a lot of non-real calls
weird calls, yeah,
lately. And it's like, if you go, yeah, but someone could die. Then you've done both. You kind of got it out the way. You don't have to kill anyone else to keep it realistic, and we can keep a happy show.
Right. And I love the silly call, the domestic call.
I want that.
First off,
and
Dick
I
Wolf.
bow to the queen.
Dick Wolf, you're slick because you see what he did to that.
My queen.
Right. But do you see what he did there?
What?
Because he said, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because I read the cards, the tea leaves. But when she said, "Oh, she must be a frequent flyer," she's like, "Yeah, we've talked, and she is a frequent flyer. We know, she's not on her meds. It gets to a certain level." And she's like, "Yeah." She goes, "It's a good thing we came and not the cops." And I was like,
they would have just arrested her.
That's the thing. But I love how it's that whole
sad,
like so sad, but so real that
cared.
He had to put the line in because people didn't get that.
Right.
They didn't get that.
They would have gone right in and immediately go, man.
It would have been an altercation, especially because that CNA was scared for their life.
Right. Yeah.
She's trying to enter the fireman.
Now she'll be in jail trying to get
because she has mental illness. Right. So I love that it was like the firefighter EMTs who came out.
Who responded.
Boom. I love how they showed it. And I even love that little dig in there. Like, this isn't a cop call.
Right. Nope. This is our community. We all know her.
Right.
She's Queen. They even said that when they walk in Queen.
Yeah, I was dying. I was like, what the hell?
I was like, did they have Queen Latifah in this?
I was happy.
She doing it? I thought she was Equalizer. Good for her doing 2 shows at once.
I was excited when she came in. There was this big, voluptuous woman who was
I was like, that's not Latifah.
No, yeah.
I was like, I thought it was going to be the Queen Latifah doing an Equalizer. Then there's going to be like a cool, cross show.
They were trying to do that,
yeah,
but they still can't figure it out between Dick Wolf's other shows that are on CBS. So it didn't make sense to get a show that wasn't his to cross over. They're like, wait a minute,
I thought it'd been fun. Yeah.
But I will say, what a joy, what a relief it was to have Fire back.
Yes,
like
it's back in a full season, baby.
Yes,
none of this 3 masks. The characters aren't,
Yeah, no one had masks on.
No, they're just being.
I loved it.
It's a good escape again. And I was nervous. I think we were going to get it since we had to wait till next year for This Is Us. But it's fun and glory. And for Better Call Saul. We have to wait next year for that, too.
Yeah, I know. I like how they gave a little bit of acknowledgement to those who left. We talked about Ethan. I mean, he's not left. He wasn't. Ethan, I'm sorry, Med. He hadn't left the show.
We're not on Med no more. We're done with it.
No, but I'm saying is I like how they did that. I like how we got those, because even with this one, we got the quick recap of what it was.
Yeah, like what happened.
And it wasn't like a loom and gloom. It wasn't like stay on it.
Yes, because then it drags you down. You're like, I'm just trying to watch TV.
So I like that it was like, here's what happened. People. Boom, boom, boom. We did it. Okay, we're good. And let's move forward.
Yes. Again, and this is so, listen, as a kid, I used to say, I'm never, ever going to be a grumpy old person. I now tell that kid, shut up and become a grumpy old person. I'm a grumpy old person already. Here's the thing. I have now canceled.
Whoa.
Canceled.
What do we cancel?
Figure it out. I downloaded an app that could help me go through my emails and unsubscribe. And it found 72 subscriptions that I could unsubscribe to on my email. And one of them, actually, for whatever reason, it became 2, it was separated, was Entertainment Weekly. I had Entertainment Weekly, whatever, like a highlight email, whatever, and then one was like a, like I guess entertainment news in general or whatever. It was like 2 different subscriptions coming to my email, and I canceled both of them. And I love Entertainment Weekly, and I love knowing that I am now at a point. I'm really bifurcating life. I do not want to know any more behind the scenes of the show, at least the shows that I watch. I don't mind if I know something about a show I don't watch. I go, that's kind of cool, The Weeknd just made a new deal with Apple for spatial audio album. Good. I'm not going to listen to it. I don't know. Good. But good for him. Making money.
Right.
These are rich people. No matter on the low end, they're rich. High end, they're rich. No one's poor in Hollywood on TV. Oh my God, I'm only making $40,000 an episode, and they not enough. I'm not need to get a better career, so I'm going to go and leave this show and become a movie star, and it doesn't work. Remember Shelley Long. Number one on the number one show, Cheers. Number one.
Right.
And they said to Shelley, you and Ted, not Lasso, dancing, are very great.
Chemistry was amazing.
Are the bomb diggity. People are watching a bar show. People are watching people drink fake on TV, and they like it.
Right.
This is lightning in a bottle. James Burrows. All of a sudden, she goes, I know I'm a number one show. I'm going to leave. Why? Movie star. I want to become a movie star. Are you sure? I mean, this is a hit show. Normally, if you're on like a B series, you're already on the Cat's Meow.
Right.
No, I'm good. So she does Outrageous Fortune. Phenomenal movie. I loved it. George Carlin, Bette Midler, made a lot of money. I love that show. I bought that show on Apple TV. I have that movie. I love that movie. I loved it when I was a kid. I love it. Then what?
Nothing.
Hello again. Here come the Troop Beverly Hills. Weird Things 20 years apart. Where's Shelley? So, when these people leave these good shows...
It's funny you say that.
Why?
I haven't seen Batwoman, the series.
Right.
However, the lead of that
I
series...
hear not even the director has seen it.
I hate you. The lead of that series, her name is Ruby Rose. Right. She, first blah, blah, blah character or actor as this character of Batgirl or Batwoman. And it actually was really good. It actually got really good ratings. CW is doing a really good job with the DC shows.
Yeah, they have their own little niche there.
But the thing is, it got so well rated that it got picked up for a second season even before the first season was over.
Right.
And she quit to go be a movie star.
There we go.
But she was a movie star first. I'll give her credit. She came out to the scene modeling, and then she did one of the Fast movies. Okay. So I get why she wanted that adrenaline.
That's a huge series.
But my thing is, I just saw her preview. I first off didn't know it was her, but she's in a movie on Netflix. Right. I may watch. It's not appealing enough that I'm going to watch.
Right.
She's not name enough for me to watch it. So now I'm thinking, yes, Batwoman's now on my scope because they just finished. They're filming second season now, or whatever.
Right.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram who I didn't realize had a really big role in it. So he's like her sidekick. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'll check this out.
It's good.
Because it got picked up for the second season, that's my rule. But she's not even there. And you went on to do this potentially okay Netflix movie, but what other things are you really slated for?
Right.
Because Batwoman just got picked up for a second season. You know they're going to get merchandise. You know there's going to be more coming to it. So I just like you said, when you're on a number one show, and you're the number one, you don't leave it.
Right. Well, luckily, Batwoman is not number one.
Well,
so no one's going to know that she left it, except the fans that watched the first season. And this is why I applaud exactly what you just said. This is why I don't want to now know behind the scenes stuff, because think about all those people who watched season one of Batwoman, right?
Right.
If you watched season one of Batman when it was on CW, you either really love the franchise, right? The idea, you're committed because there's no track record yet.
Right.
Which means you're invested. So to me, that level of fandom should be rewarded.
Right.
Like, God bless you.
Right.
Like, do your thing. You're watching Batwoman. I mean, it's called Batwoman. It's on CW. Who thinks, they knew it wasn't an SNL skit. Like, you really bought in, like, this is a real show. Like, there's real directors and cameramen and,
actors and stuntmen. Yeah.
Real, So you're watching. You should be rewarded. So now you watch whole first season. And then, best news out of news, hey, it's been renewed.
Right.
You're like, well, praise Jesus. And you're going to watch next season, episode 1, and you go, where'd she go? Why is she not? And then you read the things. I just wanted a better career. I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to do a Netflix show, movie, whatever. It's like, well, hold on. So you didn't honor my love.
My time.
You committed to the series.
Right.
You did a show. Did you ask? Did you say, is this a one season thing? Is this a limited series? And I would like to do this. My agent said this is a good idea. Or did you do a contract and now you changed your mind? So all these people are, even a show like Batwoman has 500 people.
Right.
You jeopardize 500 people's livelihood, countless viewers who are watching for a shot in the dark. I would rather not see people so selfish anymore. I'm at that age where I'm done with that. So if I'm watching TV now and the next episode shows one of my characters get hit in a car accident, got shot by a man with a bat or whatever, or pop his eyes out, then I want to know, that was story. I'm just watching the story like, that sucks.
Right.
I don't want to then go, it's actually the producer said he wanted to make sure that the audience knew that Rick had to beat why he would be so sad. We had to convince you, so we had to kill 2 people. We had to subvert your expectations. And we had to take that out, and then God starts to rain on you. Right? Because now I'm not watching the show. I may have watched it if I didn't watch that interview.
True.
See?
True.
Because I go, wow, it's just the character. That's just a mean guy.
Right.
Who's running a place.
And it's funny because you did watch.
Right.
And you were okay until that interview.
Until
and then
I watched. Then I was like,
it was on purpose?
Yeah, you did it to me on purpose. Okay. Because now I'm watching it as a viewer who knows too. Like, what's the expression? You don't want to know how the sausage is made?
Yes.
Right? Sausage is delicious. You get those spicy links, they call it, whatever. And the only reason they call them links, the sausage has a weird name, the sausage. But links, that's better. It's the same thing as sausage. But you don't want to go, you know what's in it? Mechanically separated chicken. Like, what the flip? You don't want to know that. You just want to know it's delicious.
Enjoy. Same thing with hot dogs.
Yes.
You want to just enjoy a hot dog.
You really don't want to know what, right, instead of hot dog, some feces or fecal matter. You don't want to know that.
Right.
You get that ballpark heated up well, boom shakalaka. So now with these shows, especially with the Chicago series.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know their real names. I don't know their salaries. I don't know what their commitment to the contract is.
I like that.
And it makes it better for me. So when I'm watching the first episode of Med and they go, Ethan's getting his knee fixed or whatever, he's staying at the car with the lady and his knee hurts or whatever it is, then I go, okay, that's just a character. I don't even have to go, I wonder, did he sign up again for a new contract? Is he making enough? Are they fighting with the producers for more screen time?
Right.
I just want to do that, I think. So
I like
not
that.
even, it's just I don't know if that's a grumpy old man thing.
No, I think that allows you to enjoy it because that's my. So for me, I can do both. I can enjoy the show.
You got all of
but
it.
I'm so into the behind the scenes stuff. I love the behind the scenes stuff.
And you know everybody. Like, you'll be like, I know that person. That person was in season 1, episode 14 of SVU. Remember that he was on Open the Door for Liv? I'm like, no, I don't remember that.
Oh, man.
No, he said, he didn't say anything in the scene, but he was opening the door.
I can't even wait till we talk about that. Just for that. Just for what you're talking about right now. I can't wait for us to talk about SVU this week because I laughed. And it's hilarious, and I'm not the only one who thinks this way, so I can't wait to share it with you.
Thank you. I'm looking to see just the grin on your face. But that is it, everyone, for this episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That helps the YouTube gods. I mean, the algorithms. And they know what they're doing. Helps it get into everybody's zeitgeist.
Guys, we're on YouTube.
Come on now. Making it happen.
We're on the tube of you.
And I know you're like, well, how come we can't see? Don't worry. Listen, because the Bible says don't cause people to stumble. If you ever saw how sexy we were, you'd be lusting in your mind and fornicating in your mind and creating adultery in your mind. And we don't want to do that to you. We want you to concentrate on the content.
Right.
And not on the fine specimens that we are.
That's right.
With that, bye-bye.
The TiVoMike Show is produced by Michael Jefferson. Our soundboard operator is Mike Warner, and our theme music is by Eric Dano. Special thanks to our family and friends who allow us to be here. That's it for the TiVoMike Show. I'm Mike Warner. See you tomorrow when we guide the lost TV viewing saints through the myriad of banal TV shows. I messed it up. Low-hanging fruit for the next great addictive series.